Hey guys, okay, since I'm doing this Taobao with me post, I thought it'll be interesting to let you guys see how I actually shop on the Taobao app. So basically this is the Taobao app which I do most of my shopping on. So for example, for now I'm looking for a hair straightener for my hair because I recently just cut it short, right? So I'll go into the search bar and type like 指甲板 which means like hair straightener in Chinese. So this is usually the hardest part. Usually I would recommend that if you're not that proficient in Chinese, right, you go and find out what is the translated name for the product that you're looking for. So for example, now I type in 指甲板, which means like hair straightener. It comes up with like a various number of suggestions. Like for example, the first one is like a mini hair straightener, and the second one is for like students. Then the third one is for like hair salons, which means that it's usually more professional lah. But usually for the first time I am doing like a search, I will just go with the most simple and direct translation, which is just the 指甲板. So let's go search. Okay, then you'll receive like 100 like listings for all these hair straighteners. So for example, you need to have a few criteria. So the last time I actually bought a hair straightener, I chose a mini one because I wanted to bring it to Japan in case I wanted to like tong my hair there. But then I realized that because my hair is so long and so thick, right, that the mini one doesn't really work. So the mini hair straighteners are usually better for like if you only want to do like a curled in fringe, so like there's very little hair to tong in the beginning lah. So for this time I'm actually looking for something that is more like bigger and like better at straightening and curling my hair. So the first listing here, right, is usually like the best lah, but it's usually also more expensive because for the default selection, right, Taobao actually uses the 综合排序, which is this one. So it basically like takes into consideration like a generic like across all the various criteria, like 信用 is basically like credibility lah. So it takes into all these into consideration and then recommends you a product that is they think is suitable for you. So for example, the first listing here, right, there's about like 241 people who have paid for it, and it costs about maybe 30 plus to $35. But what I do when I'm looking for something that is more like a cult product, right, is to go and choose this option called 销量优先, which means like the most bought product. So for example, right, the first listing here, right, 14,000 people actually bought and received it. And then the second one, right, 12,000 people actually bought and received the product. Okay, so the third listing here for 990 yuan, which is about only like freaking $2. I bought it before. It's a very small hair straightener. It works and the packaging is like great, but it's damn small lah. So for example, it basically says that it's only for fringe. So yeah, I was just being an ass. So I was actually going to go for this first listing here, but I don't really trust the price because it's only like $8.50. So after years and years of buying from Taobao, I actually know that for something to be of a decent quality and to hit like my minimum expectations, it has to be above like X number of dollars. So for example, for clothes, right, usually for a dress I will not pay less than $10 for a dress because usually the quality comes out to be shit lah. So I'd rather pay more to have the assurance that like the product is actually good. But when you look at this product, right, they actually have like freaking a lot of reviews, like 522,000. Like, are you kidding me? So you can take a look at the reviews. Usually I hate it when like people post like reviews of the freaking product pictures. Like, I don't really care, I just want to see like the effect. So I will scroll and scroll until like I see someone's face or like someone who has tried the product on their hair lah. So for example, okay, this one. So she said she tried to curl the hair and she has always bought like this kind of things from the net. So she thinks that it's okay lah. So she used it to curl her hair and it worked. So okay, but generally I don't like those hair colors that have this little knob here that you have to press to open the clasp. So I prefer something that is like kiap one, like a tong. So I'm still like okay only law for this product, but for $8 it's probably worth it lah. But I looked at it and I'm like, it's probably not what I want. So for example, right, Okay, so for example, right, I don't like how it opens up like that. So usually when I choose a hair straightener, I want something that's like a tong, so I'm going to look for another design. And then apparently like the China people super love like this kind of like 卷直两用. So for example, you can use it to curl your hair, you can use it to straighten your hair, but I don't like it. I have something like that from China, but okay only lor. So I'll continue scrolling until I see something that like I feel is of like a decent quality and like I'm okay with buying it. So I actually shortlisted this one already. I added it to cart already lah because it looks freaking huge like in comparison to the model's face, and I want something that can take in a lot of hair at the same time. So for example, like they show like three like different styles here. So for example, the first one is basically Jen, which is curly lah. Second one is straight, and then the third one is Ko. Ko means like you do the basic like C curls, is that what I call the Korean curls lah, at the end of your hair. So basically this one can do like 3 of them, and I like it because it looks very sturdy, it looks very big, and it doesn't look like your regular China kind of hair color, because I bought a lot of hair colors from China before, so I know how they work. So yeah, I will most probably get this lah. I'll add it to my cart. I didn't even check the reviews, but I'm just so I have so much confidence in this product. Basically, right, if you see this little box here that says Tian Mao at the side, next above the price in front of the name product listing, it basically means that it comes from like a more reputable shop. So Tian Mao is like this subsidiary of Taobao. So Taobao, right, anybody can open a shop, but for Tian Mao it's more like a legit mall. So they like, it's like they try to differentiate between like the better shops and like of course like the like, you know, you have like the iPhone, the Singtel retailers, and then you have those Abing handphone shops, right? So basically like Tianmao is like the Singtel retailer, and then the rest of the Taobao shops are like Abing shops lah. So you actually get a bit more of assurance with like all these Tianmao shops. I know of people who go and look at the shop credibility. So like they'll see like this one is like how many crowns kind of like credible shop. I never look at it, so that's not something that I personally think is very important. Usually I just look at all the reviews, and if I think that this shop is credible. So sometimes the shop launches a new product and the product has no reviews, so it looks very dubious. But if you look at their other products, right, you will know that like they have good reviews and they have cut products before, then you'll feel more comfortable with buying it. So for example, this one has 4,000 reviews so I'm pretty sure this one's fine, and I'm going to get it, and hopefully I'll be able to review it when like it comes and like it doesn't burn my hair into like a mess.